Okay, y'all, bear with me. I thought Lil Rod was gonna be an easier one to do today because I work, but it's a lot. Um, Lil Rod, Rodelius Ryan, he is only charged with one count in this RICO case, and it's basically the RICO charge. That's it. The charge states, if you want to know the technical words, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act. Yes, I took notes. Okay, so the year 2015 is very popular. That's the year that Donovan Thomas was unalived, and this is kind of where the state has basically got stuck in proving their case. At that time, Lil Rod was only 11. That same year on Halloween, he was missing. He was last seen riding his bike around 8:50, 9 o'clock on Cleveland Avenue, and they had to call the police, get authorities involved. They didn't know where he was. Luckily, he was found sometime overnight until the next morning. February 2019, 2 weeks after Jamari Holmes turned 15, he was unalived. A little background on Jamari Holmes: he did have kind of a troubled childhood. According to his mom, he was in the process of trying to change his life. But at the time of his unaliving, he was wearing an ankle monitor. And according to one news source, he was found inside of a stolen blue Dodge Charger. Now, the news sites kind of differ right there because someone says he was in the vehicle, someone says the vehicle was wrecked close to him, and he was in another vehicle. However, he was found in the passenger side front of the car with a pew-pew to the head. When authorities got on the scene, they found over a dozen casings, and it appears to have been fireworks going from both directions. Mind you, these were all kids, and this happened at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. All right, so after this unaliving, Damone Blaylock was arrested for it. A few days later, Lil Rod turns himself in to the police department, but because he is only 15 years old, he was sent over to juvenile. They were both found guilty for this, and they are both given life sentences for this. Lil Rod is currently appealing his life sentence. We're going to fast forward to 2023. January 2023, according to Lil Rod's attorney, which he has a court-appointed attorney, the lady in the pretty jacket, Miss Angela D. Williams, she filed a complaint and stated that a deputy had attacked Lil Rod. He had bruises and cuts, and the deputy alleged that Lil Rod was hot toing on the floor of the vehicle that they were in and hot toed in his face. However, the deputy did not have his camera on, and he had previously been fired from South Fulton Police Department for use of excessive force with another case not involving YSL. Around February 1st of 2023, there was a slashing incident in the jail. According to the deputies, they found a group surrounding an inmate. The inmate was serving a life sentence for an unaliving charge. They asked for the group to disperse. Once they asked the group to disperse, everyone started leaving. However, Eppinger, who was also in this indictment, who was known as Briss, pulled out a homemade Mouseketelie and hit the inmate in the chest with it, and he had to be hospitalized. However, although it was a group of people surrounding this inmate, and although the deputies seen Briss slash up the inmate, him, Blaylock, and Lil Rod were all charged. Him and Lil Rod got aggravated assault charges, and Blaylock got, I think it was, misdemeanor battery charges. Okay, so that's still under investigation. We fast forward to one of the last events, April 20th, 4/20. Out of all days, this kind of went viral. The deputies in the court told Lil Rod to come to the back because they smelled Mary quite contrary on him. Once they got back there and they were searching him, things were going fine, but it took a turn for the worse because it seemed like Lil Rod was not feeling it anymore, and he started screaming for help. At this point, everybody in the courtroom can hear it. So now some of the defendants are like standing up, they're irate, And you have to remember, it was more than just the 6 defendants in the courtroom at the time. It was other defendants in the courtroom as well. So they were becoming irate. Matt Sharp was trying to calm everybody down. Brian Steele said something about this was kind of planned. People had already been told to be at the courtroom today because something was going to happen. They ended up releasing the footage. I think it was a family member or somebody who viewed the footage as well to show that they did not do anything out of what was supposed to happen. And they did find the plant. It was sewn into Lil Rod's clothes. So while I'm trying to add in the overlays, I had to figure something else out. He was charged with another slashing this year in August. Somebody was slashed in their orbital and the back of the head multiple times. Now, however, they did state the person who did the back of the head. They didn't per se state that Lil Rod was seen doing it, but he was a part of the group of people that were charged with it. Still waiting to see some proof of something, but however, he picked up more ag charges amongst other stuff. From all this up, I basically feel like Lil Rod has got himself into a lot of trouble because of the people he is around. I haven't seen no real evidence. I'm not sure if it's because he was a juvenile at the time or anything like that for any of the stuff he was charged with that was physical. I would love to see how the appeal go. I would love to see what evidence they had. But Love and the state are only including him in this for 2 reasons. While he was incarcerated, he made Instagram posts saying stuff like FYFN and saying stuff by YSL or in basically not snitching or telling or something like that. And also because they want to include that autopsy of that 15-year-old child. That is a 15-year-old child. A mother lost her child. And y'all want to include this that has nothing to do with YSL just to get an indictment. They're going to be discussing the autopsy next week. That was the whole little exchange between his lawyer and Judge Whitaker before they left. Tomorrow we got Huey, y'all. And Huey got a lot of charges for him. So please pray for me. Make sure y'all like and follow. Y'all got me doing a lot of work.